I got you here for a reason.
Okay.
Let's get it. Hold on. Let's get it. Now listen. I didn't even know that was live. I didn't even know none of that was live, but it is.
Okay.
Detroit fashion scene. Let me take a drink. Hold on. See, I ain't even gotta explain that to y'all. Y'all heard the whole thing. Detroit fashion scene. Let's keep it going, D. Let's keep that music going. Bo said he about them bars. Hey, I had two crises starting this show. I didn't have my think and I didn't have my drink. We'll leave that think to other people. They need to know what that is. They don't need to know what that is. But I didn't have, but I'm going to ride off this energy. I think we got great energy. All right, D. I think we got great energy. Detroit fashion scene, hosted by me, V. Listen, if it came in different, if it felt different, that means I did my job, bro.
That's right.
It was supposed to feel different, y'all. You know what I mean? Tupac said he used to like to record his lyrics a little sloppy because that's how he felt people was in when they was listening to him. Right. So please listen hard because this is what we bringing you, something new. Something new that's been here the whole time. Families, been here the whole time. Loved ones, been here the whole time. I've had experiences with strangers just out who's treated me better than people who know me my whole life. That's been here the whole time. But what Detroit Fashion Scene, hosted by me, V, on WJZZ Cool TV, stream live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter, is trying to bring you is let's put that thing that's been here the whole time, we're going to put it right in your face. Because I got a feeling we leading with our dreams, our passions, what we want to do, who we want to be. And those same people who strengthen and build us, who've been here the whole time, they the second ones we think about. We're going to put them first. Y'all, I got somebody special in the house. I do my research. Every person y'all see sitting across from me, every energy you see me bringing them, that's what my people need.
That's right.
Both Styles Detroit is in the building. What's up, my brother?
Thank you so much for being here. You know, it is truly an honor and a privilege, man, to be on this show. Like, I truly appreciate it. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. What I appreciate? You putting crowns on the heads of kings and queens. That sounds like a quote. Was that a quote?
I don't know. I think I might have said it.
Both Styles said that, y'all. I was looking on his page, man.
Yeah.
And I saw that quote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think and that is not a quote, right? I'm paraphrasing.
Sure.
Just to be exact, in case y'all want to give me a journalist job one day.
Right.
But paraphrasing, he said, I think it was in response to a young man.
Somebody had asked me that.
Yeah.
Somebody had asked me
so
that
I'll
question.
let you take it on. Take it on. Take it on.
Question. It was like, yo, you know what you do? And I was like, you know, I fixed the crowns of kings and queens. And he looked at me like what? You know, and I was like, in other words, you know, I do hair. And he was like, oh, he stood back like, all right, you know, he was like probably, let's say about maybe 18, 19.
Yeah.
So like he knew what was up.
Yeah.
But he never heard it that way before.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, like.
And he got hit with two things in there.
Yeah.
He got hit. Dude, you fixed the crowns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm telling y'all, I get that look when I say stuff like that more than I get if I say some
crazy stuff.
You know what I mean? When I say stuff like that, it'd be like, I'd be like, peace, sister.
Yeah.
You know
what's
what I mean?
crazy? It's funny you say that because I was just having a conversation about that, and it's like the crazy stuff is the new normal.
Yes.
It's like the ignorance and the craziness is the new normal.
But we ushered it in.
We did.
It didn't come out of nowhere. See, that's that running theme. It's been here the whole time.
Yes.
And honestly, if you look at the way we ushered it in, we chose it.
We did.
We chose it.
So it's crazy when you approach a sister like that, like peace. And then you're like, looking at you halfway, like, what's wrong with this dude?
Yeah. And I'm thinking at her halfway.
I'm just approaching you with peace.
I'm just approaching you with peace. And then the part that be tripping me out, Bo, and this is not just, this is men and women. This is brother and sister. The part that tripped me out is if you hear them just talking to their people and talking about what they want. Man, I want somebody who's well taught. I want somebody who come with faith. And then you bring it, and it's like, what the?
Yes, that exactly.
Listen, y'all, it sounded like we went off on a tangent. We didn't, because all things are tied in. Okay, I had a beautiful sister on here, Coach Chanel. Okay, she is a fitness coach. She helps people make transformations with their body. Say, how does that tie into fashion? What the hell are they trying to transform to do? To be out there and look good. to be out there and feel good.
Period.
Okay? Bo Styles is in here because he does put crowns on the heads of kings and queens. And some of y'all heads is looking rough at first. So, Bo, can you tell us a little bit about what you do and what makes you do it, brother?
Well, you know, I basically, my whole life was around the salon. And my mother was a master braider.
Bless her.
My father was a master braider. So all of what I do now came from my mom and dad.
Bless them.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it took a minute for me to figure it out, you know, throughout life, you know, try to figure out. And then sometimes you try to run away from stuff. You know, you might have like parents that might be good seamstresses, or
right.
you might have your dad might be like the neighborhood mechanic. He might show you a couple things, and you might know how to do it, but you kind of take it for granted.
True.
Because it's always in your face. And that's how it was for me in hair. It was like it was always in my face, so I never really paid attention to it, but it got to a point where it just kind of called me.
Right.
Like it really called me. And so I kind of took it serious.
When you say it called you.
Yeah, it was like, I had been working so many jobs throughout my whole life, and it was like I wasn't happy. Like
right.
it wasn't like my true happiness. And it was like, well, what is it that I can do for free that I'm just completely happy with? You know
right.
what I'm saying? That's what I looked at. I was like, you know, because I've been doing hair like my whole life. So it was like, this is something that's always been a constant in my life. So I need to kind of build on that. And I was watching an interview, I think it might have been an interview with like Jay-Z, and he was saying like everybody has like a superhero quality inside of them.
Yes.
That you got to tap into.
Yes.
You did. And that really resonated with me, because it was like, damn, like that makes sense.
Yes.
And it's just really just about finding what you're good at and just kind of tapping into that and growing that. And that's what hair did for me. Like that's what I did with hair. It was like I already been surrounded by it, so it was really just me kind of taking it to the next level.
Yes.
And I love it. You know, I love it. I love doing it. You know, I'm located in the D. Right.
Let's go. Let's talk
about
it.
You know, right on the Avenue of Fashion, right on 7th and Livernois, between Livernois Outer Drive. It's called 21st Century Salon. I believe we are the second natural hair salon on Livernois.
Let's get it.
Yeah, the second. And I have a bunch of sisters in there, like truly my sisters that I've trained. We got Miss Sherelle, Yvette the Hair Hippie, she's in there. We got Ethereal Locks, Miss J, she's in there. We got Naturally J, she's in there. So we got and basically it's a natural hair salon. So what I've done is I've taken, you know, these sisters and kind of brought them up.
Yes.
And kind of put them on.
Bless you for that.
Yeah, so that they can do their thing. And I'm going to tell you, man, they bad. They
Let's
cold,
get
man.
it.
They cold. So
Listen.
we up in there doing the thing, like really, really doing it.
That's
really
what I'm talking about. And and I love that, you know, that link to superhero you use. One of my favorite superheroes is Deadpool. Okay. And if anybody know anything about Deadpool, you know I'm a nerd, so I ain't gonna give you the whole spiel. I can, sir. I can, but I'm not gonna give you the whole spiel. Right. But what I will say is the way he got to realizing what his powers is he went through hell.
Right.
You know, they tortured that man. He went through all kinds of stuff. Now I don't wish that for nobody, but sometimes life can feel hellish.
Yes. Sometimes
the journey can feel torturous.
Yes.
Okay, and at the end of it, my people, lies your superpower sometimes.
That's right.
Because one of the things that correlates the two, you didn't choose that hellish journey. It chose you. That superpower did too. So when you realize what that is, understand that's been there the whole time. And I want to talk about something because this, you know, natural hair.
Yeah.
Natural hair, man. I know people who hear that and they embrace it.
Yeah.
I know people who hear it and as long as it's from afar, they love the concept.
That's right.
But let they beautician say, I want a natural look on you. They go damn crazy.
Yes, they will.
Why is that? Can you tell me some of the misconceptions or some of the things about natural hair?
Well, you know, natural hair and with sisters, I think now more than ever, most of the sisters that I've seen have been embracing the natural hair. And I believe it's through education. And I think a lot of it is, you know, we're now becoming aware of, you know, what these chemicals are doing to our hair, what these weaves and these other things that aren't natural are doing to our hair. And so over time, you know, you might be 25, shoot, by 35, 40, you might not have no edges if you keep doing what you're doing. Right. And I think a lot of people are becoming aware of that. and switching over into natural styles. And it doesn't necessarily have to be locks. I mean, it could be, your flat twist, your protective styles, but a lot of them are really, really starting to understand that that's the way of keeping your hair. If you really want to keep your hair, that's the way to go. Don't get me wrong, the weaves and stuff is cool, but I think that throughout time, for longevity's sake, natural is the way to go because it's natural.
And you yourself, I think now you offer twists, retwists.
Yep.
You offer, but I think if I remember correctly, your specialty is styles.
Yes, that is my specialty.
And now, when I looked that up, that is one of the hardest things you can specialize in.
Yeah.
You can learn how to twist.
Yes.
You can learn how to do different locking techniques.
Right.
But styling, and my tripping styling
different.
comes from two places. That comes from your technical skills and here.
Right.
So why such the hardest? Why did you choose? Or did that?
It was a challenge, man. It was a challenge for myself.
Really?
It was a challenge for myself. And I'm gonna be honest, man. We up here, we keep it at 100. Like,
Yeah,
a lot of people.
And I'm getting this link for you too.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah.
And a lot of people be like, yo, Bo, like, they come to me and they be like, yo, can you do this? And I'll be like, yeah. And I never did that before in my life.
I do it all the time. I swear. People come up here and they be like, "V, can you do?"
But I'm gonna tell you what it does.
I'm gonna do it though.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. And that's what it does for me. Like, it challenges me and it puts me in a very uncomfortable position, and it makes me force myself to learn. It makes me force myself to challenge myself and to execute that style or execute whatever I say I'm going to do. Yes. And that, I feel like if you don't challenge yourself, you can get stuck in the rut like that.
That's true, and they actually tell you as ways to stimulate your brain and keep yourself youthful is to accept certain challenges, learning languages, things like that. Like, I want to learn ASL. Okay. I think that's an amazing thing to learn because you never know who you may need to help. Right. And sometimes we just don't have, we got the hearts to help, we don't have the abilities. We haven't trained ourselves. Right. But what he's speaking on is learn you a new trade, man, or learn you something that's completely foreign and different than the skill set you have. And that's not to put stress on you, but again, we're showing you some stress is why we're so great in this world. Some of the things we've been through or our ancestors been through, if they talked about it in common conversation, we'll never know what those things are because we never had to know what those things are. Yes. All right? Yes. Now, I have had to see people say, oh, I can do locks. And then I've had my homeboys sit down there, and I done seen people stand over people here 4 hours to make them look like Thriller.
Yes.
And just kind of learning more about it, you can damage someone's hair.
Yes, you can. By
locking it. So speak on that for and this is for you aspiring locticians, because we gonna get into what that word means. We ain't gonna bury the lead on that, because that's it. But you can actually hurt someone by not using the right techniques.
Yes, the right techniques will definitely take away hair. I don't care who you are, what texture hair you have. The wrong technique will definitely mess your hair up. And I just say, like, to aspiring locticians, like, if you do want to learn, I honestly would do what any smart person would do, and that's just take a class. Take a class. If you really want to learn something, invest in yourself. Put the money into yourself so that you can really, really know and study under someone that's been doing it for a long time, so that you do get that technique and you do get all the education you need to fulfill what you want to fulfill and learn the right way. And I think that's the best way to do it. Like, if it's something that you want to learn, like, don't go on YouTube. Is great. However, I strongly recommend anyone to take a class. The class is always effective, and it's just a good way of telling yourself that you're serious.
Yes.
Because a lot of times we might say we want to do something, and when it comes to really putting that money down on something, we be like, I don't know. And so that kind of really makes you kind of be like, okay, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, and it's not, don't feel bad if that happens, if you have that dream, and you know darn well that dream costs $300, and then you know how hard that $300 is to get, and that $300 finally get in your hand, and you grudge. Don't feel bad about that. Everybody does. That's real life hitting you. That means you have real choices, right? You got to do this. But I want to also advise you that if you learn how to not fight yourself enough, you'll never have that grudge.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? But you have to once go through it, seek understanding for it, to then get to the level where it's boom,
Yeah.
Or nah, that can wait.
That
Like
can wait.
it because that extra time is what I call the human element.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. And you might not have that time.
We might not
You
have
might not
it.
have that time because
Yes.
of circumstances. Right.
You gotta be on it. You know what I mean? You gotta have that. So I know you got your tutelage from one that did have time. Your mother was a leading loctician.
Yeah.
Probably before people was even on the culture in the fashionable sense in this city, right? Is that true?
So I'll talk about that. So
Let's do it.
So like I got my locks in 1994. So I think it was only like a handful of us in that community, you know what I'm saying, that actually had locks, that knew how to do them. And like I said, in Detroit, it wasn't that many people with that lock style. I didn't really see locks boom until like the late 90s. I'd say about 98, between 98 and 2000. That's when it really, really hit hard here in Detroit. Now, locks was booming in like the mid 90s, early to mid 90s in the East Coast, like Baltimore, DC.
But when you say locks, was everybody rocking the same styles, or was it?
So check this out. We really didn't even get into the styles in the early 90s. It was just retwist, bro.
Okay, listen, before we go into this, because we about to get deep, you are watching WJZZ Cool TV, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and it is hosted by me. I'm bringing you information. I'm bringing you great people and great energy. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe. You are listening to my voice as well as the voice of Mr. Bo Styles Detroit. All right, now I had to drop that break. All right, I had to drop it because we about to get into it. We was talking about his mother. We were talking about her influence on him. But then we start talking about the 90s, okay, and how during that time it wasn't even well diversified in the styles of locks. So let's go into it, brother.
So early 90s, early to mid 90s is when, you know, locks was sort of bubbling in Detroit. You had about maybe a handful of folks that really had them, and it wasn't that accepted.
No.
Not here in the D. You
Really?
know what I'm saying? No. Back then, you know, we were still coming off of crisscross braids, bro.
Hey, that was fresh to me, though. No, that was like the cut on the side, cut it all off, all of it. And then just let that hang.
All of it.
All right.
We really didn't get into the locks, man, low key until like Lil Wayne.
Wow.
To the Lil Wayne era. Lil Wayne era came out, man. You talking about late 90s, you know, I'd say about 98, 2000 era. That's when in Detroit it became widespread.
Oh, I see.
So
what
between
you're saying.
94 to like 98, man, like nobody really was styling locks.
So they had locks.
They had locks,
but
it
more
was
in
just
the
retwist.
the retwist. Not
Nobody
okay.
wasn't doing no updo.
Wow, I would imagine it would have been different. Wow.
Not here in Detroit.
Okay, I hear
Might
what
have
you're
been
saying.
over in the East Coast because the East Coast was well advanced in natural styles
Bless
back
'em.
then. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I feel like that kind of came over this way, and also that came over this way with religious beliefs as well and hip hop. We'll get into that in a minute.
Yes, we definitely will.
When that came through, that's when you started to see like a lot of brothers kind of like locking their hair and doing, you know, really going into the natural. And honestly, I feel like it was more brothers than it was sisters. I think the sisters caught on last.
And was that when the demand for the loctician kind of came in?
Man, demand for the loctician really didn't come out till like I would have to say 2000s. Like 2000s,
Why
early 2000s.
so long? Why?
You know, I don't know, man. I don't think it was accepted, to be honest, and I don't believe it was a really it hadn't been, the bubble wasn't big enough, I don't think.
Okay, we're talking about it is the loctician. Really?
Yeah.
So
you
this
had a
is
couple
just,
of locticians, but they weren't really, like I know Mama Nefertiti's been around for a while. I know she owns Textures.
Bless her.
And then there was another sister, I think, on the west side, but like wasn't that many people really doing locks. You know, back then it was all about the zillions.
Okay, I
I
remember seeing them zillions. They was flexing them.
Yeah, it was
they
all
was
about
flexing
the zillions. It was all about, you know, French rolls. It was all about all of them styles. So nobody really paid attention to natural hair. And if you did do natural hair, it was like you might be on the east side, somebody, you know, downstairs, somebody basement. You did what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a business.
Yeah.
It was not a business at all.
Yeah.
So it was kind of one of those things. I also feel like locks came over here for the brothers through hip hop. And what happened with that was you had a lot of brothers in the hip hop shop over there on 7 Mile.
Yeah.
You know, they coming through. And a lot of them were 5%ers, which is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So that whole culture kind of brought in natural hair as well.
Yeah.
So hip hop had a big influence, even still today. That's why it's so popularized now, because you think of your top 5 rappers got locks.
Yes. What we talking about? We gotta be talking about Cole up there somewhere.
I'm talking about your top 5 rappers now, so like
Gotta be
not
talking about-
your personal top 5, but the top 5 now, like Lil Baby.
Right.
Lil Baby.
Wow.
Artists, you dig what I'm saying? So like all of these people that the young are looking up to,
They got the locks.
they got locks. Think about like
So the
when we
culture
came
is
out.
in
Think
our
about
face.
how
Jay-Z got locks.
Jay-Z got locks, bro. Think about how Lil Wayne. Think about how Lil Wayne influenced
Yes.
so many people
Yes.
in the 2000s and 2010 era.
If it
with
wasn't
natural
for
hair.
Wayne,
If
it
for
wouldn't
man.
be.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
you had Wayne, you had Lil Jon, you had T-Pain, you had everybody that was culturally, like, that we were listening to culturally,
Yes.
had locks.
Bless Lil Wayne, bless that whole movement, and listen, bless the bravery. Because I don't know when it became a thing to be brave, to look like you. But bless the bravery. But bless you, because I want to talk about the day
Yeah,
when you got in somebody's hair
yeah,
and you like, I'm going to style it.
yeah. So
Get it.
it was actually the first time I remember styling it was at the crib, because for a minute I was doing hair at the crib, and I was really just kind of honing my styles, and so I really started to just pay attention to the hair, and then I had actually took one of my senseis, Miss Bianca. She owns Locks of Love. She's my sensei, and I say that to anybody that want to know, like, that is my true sensei, and she's the one who actually took the time out and taught me how to style.
Yes.
And so if it were not for her, you know, I would not be here today. So I do give her plenty of props, man. So she really took the time out, taught me how to do basic styles, and then from there, that is how I, like, everything else was just creativity. For the most part. Creativity and forcing myself to kind of learn new technique with styling. And definitely, like, she kind of took me under her wing.
Okay, now I was just on the phone with somebody, and they told me, like right now, and they said, well, make sure. So this ain't coming from me. It's coming from the people, bro. It's coming from the people. And I got locks, so I think I understand the answer to this question. But he said, why in the hell is it so expensive?
Well, it's expensive because you want it done right.
You want it done right.
You want it done right. You want it done right. And it's not see, people think like you paying for the service. No, you paying for the education. You paying for this. Just it took time for this person to learn this technique to do your hair.
Yes.
It's crazy how people be arguing about hair prices, but they don't argue for $300 Gucci shirts.
They don't.
You think what I'm saying? Like, you think about that.
Them Balenciagas.
The Balenciagas is like $500-$600, bro.
Yes,
but you
and
arguing
they heavy
about
as hell, but we still buying.
We still buying. We don't argue about that. We don't. So you have to.
And
like,
then locks
really
last a minute,
bro.
You get a good loctician, man. Locks last a minute.
Yeah, they last. It's an extension of you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, to me, I feel like that's more real than Balenciagas, and it's a lot cheaper.
And we gonna go into the energy, but I do want to ask you, man. And locks are. Shout out to all the locticians out there, okay? Shout out to everybody who's homing their talent.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody who's working. Speaking of working, you've been in this game, man.
Yeah.
You gotta. I'm not.
Yeah.
Hey, look. I hope to be seasoned. I hope to go from somebody calling me a mentor to a sensei. I'm a mentor to people now. I want to be a sensei, right?
Yeah.
You got 2 decades in this thing.
Yeah.
Like really burning it down, man. We gonna do the money dance for that. You got 2 decades in this thing.
For sure.
And I really I want my people who are into the style and the fashion really to get a lot of the airtime, but we gotta go into the business. Because we talked about the evolution of the business coming to Detroit, the influences, the need for a loctician, the resistance, right? To paying the price. But now you got 2 decades in this thing, so you can kind of go through those. How has the business from then to now evolved? Like now, when you drop that, when somebody say it's 75, I'm like, okay, I know how. You know, how has the business evolved to now? We're more accepting to.
Yes.
The locticians are needed.
Yes. And that's why.
And you have your link, by the way.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So
my God.
I feel like it's more accepted because this is where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we definitely, this is where we are. Like, you see the culture is changing, the world is changing, and I feel like people are becoming more it's becoming more accepted, and it's the new normal. That's really what it boils down to. Like, it's the new norm. Yes. Like, you think about it, you go downtown, man, you go Riverwalk, it's almost better if you do count how many people don't have locks.
Wow.
As opposed to it is to the people that do. And it's crazy because I remember 10 years ago, it was the exact opposite. Like, it might be like a handful of people you would see downtown with, like, locks. Like, people still back then thought locks was dirty. You dig what I'm saying? So it was like, it was a whole different energy and outlook on people with natural hair. And now it's almost like, what, you ain't got no locks? You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's one of those things. And it's wild because it's people that I would have never seen. Like, people that shunned it are starting to come over and be like, you know what? I understand history. I want to try it, or I want to get into it. And people that I never ever like grew up with, you know, like, no, I ain't getting that. You know, I don't mess with that. They might, for whatever reason, they don't want it. And now,
I was gonna ask you because Detroit, I got this Detroit fashion scene. I can get a little saucy here.
Yeah.
You can tell people who are rocking locks because they into the culture, they into it, and you can tell when you just wave surfing.
That's right.
You know, and like now, I pose this question because it is a culture, right? No matter if you're wearing it, no matter if you know it or not, as soon as you draped in those locks, you are in the culture, right? You know what I mean?
That's right.
But it is one where, this person you see just shunning the whole thing, talking to, now they got the full twist. They ain't necessarily groom themselves, but they got the full twist. They got the full locks they doing, and they more black than you. They more cultured than you. They more, and how do you, and I'm asking an introspective question because I have locks, y'all, if you didn't know this, so I could answer that, but how do you kind of, when you know how much more it means, stomach just letting them just.
I kind of let everybody have their own thing with it, because everybody, gets their hair done for various reasons, and you don't necessarily have to, you don't necessarily have to be all, educated and all of that stuff. Like, I feel like that's going to come naturally because of the hairstyle. Because it's locks is definitely a lifestyle, and it's deeper than just a hairstyle. So I don't care where you come from or what your background is.
Yes,
you're going to get educated on your hair. I've never not known a person that hasn't been. In the history of me doing hair, like, I don't care if you're from the east side, I don't care if you're from the suburbs, like, whatever your reasoning is for getting locks, trust to know, down the line of you having locks, you're going to be educated on the history of locks.
Just for having them.
Just on GP.
Yes.
And that's really, that tells you something about the hairstyle off rip.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter where you go or what you do, you're going to be, you could just be like, I want the hairstyle just because a man down the street got it. Yeah. But I guarantee you, somewhere down the line, somebody's going to teach you about your hair, or you're going to want to find out about yourself. You want to find out yourself about your hair.
Right.
That's just how I go.
WJZZ Cool TV, Detroit fashion scene, hosted by me, V. We got both styles, Detroit in the building. You are watching us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe. Okay, I see you. Yes. We need all of that. Thank you, my good brother. You're amazing. See, this is what my team does. Y'all don't see us out there, man, in Radio Land, but we are here working together. Sure. Detroit sees you, Mr. Bo Styles.
Thank you.
But I think now, and this is, I didn't know. I think I said it, and I was sitting here in this station one day, and they said, you should do a fashion show. Yeah. And I was more so on the other side, doing the production, doing the management, operations, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And you should do a fashion show. And so, you know me, man. I'm Detroit. I'm Capricorn. I'm out there, man. I'm over the top. I said, yo, coming soon. Just do it. Just do it out there because I'm like you. Yeah. I accept your challenge.
You're going to do the challenge.
And don't just talk to me. I accept your challenge.
Right.
Just do it out there. Yeah, I'm going to have the leaders of Avenue of Fashion. I know a few. Right. My dad is a blessed man, Roger Pinsbeny Jr., but let me say it right because he says it. Pinsbeny Jr., right? And he has a great network and circle. So through him, I inherited a lot of those people. And I'm just being transparent. But I put it out there, and since I just put it out there have been more people who've been wanting to educate me on the Avenue of Fashion. See? I had somebody hit me up and say, I thank you, I appreciate the invite, but you had the wrong location. I said, what you mean? And they said the Avenue of Fashion is da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and I'm now schooled on it. So put that out there, put that information out there, because that is hip-hop. Right. And one of the things I loved about you, bro, was you called yourself a hip-hop aficionado.
I am.
Okay? You guys may not understand. I linger on words. I love words. I think that is our link to the ancestors.
I am.
To understand languages. That's a little jewel for y'all.
That's right.
Give it back later. That's for my crown.
That's
but hip hop.
That's right.
Is your muse.
That's it.
I saw the J.
That's it.
I saw the swag.
Yes.
Okay, so you a peaceful, cultural, chill, meditative Zen brother.
Yes.
But you got on some fives right now. All right? And they're not beat. Okay? They might got 2 wars. All right. Hip hop. That laugh, that smile, is that what does hip hop do to you as far as moving?
I'm gonna tell you, music period.
Yeah.
Music period has always been like my garden. You know what I'm saying? It's always been like my personal garden. So like, you know, if it sound good, man, like I'm all about it. Yeah. That's always been me. Like, and hip hop has definitely resonated and has saved me from so many things in my life. You know, like it has definitely been a true blessing, you know, for me. Just on so many levels. And so I truly am grateful, you know, for the music, just for music in general, but hip hop in particular, you know, hip hop specifically, that's definitely been like, that's like my heart. For real.
Now, I'm going to ask, I usually try to know the answers to a lot of my questions before I ask them, but have you styled anybody? And if you haven't, bruh, get to this man right now.
No, you know, I don't think have I done anybody famous?
Because you at that level.
You know,
you beyond that level.
Yeah, I think it was one dude, I can't remember his name at the time, but you know, in Team East Side was, I think I might have did one of them dudes here before.
Yeah, listen, Detroit, support this man. Yeah. This is your, look, if you want that look, and he told you, once we saw it, like, damn, okay, we can style this. We ain't get that, we can style it. And then Detroit took it over on the underground, on the low. Yeah. Dog, we out there now.
We here.
We got Jalen Rose, baby.
We here.
We out there now. We got Sada. We out there now. We got Royce. We got all them. Rep them locks. Right. Put your locticians on in this city. Right. Javier, shout out to you. She get me right. I messed up. I was supposed to make my appointment. Me. Okay? Make your appointments, people. Make your appointments. Pay your locticians. Get this clean look. Because Detroit is already leading the world in waves. All right? We leading. It's just time to bring them all together.
That's right.
All right. Hip hop. Locks.
Yes.
When people come in there, do they know what they want? Or do they be like, let me look like, can I get with the, you know what I mean, with my man
It's
head?
a 50-50. It's a 50-50. You know, because some people come in there, like I got some people, they be like, you know what, just do what you feel. And I be like, okay, cool. So that gives me
that's an
freedom.
honor, right?
It is. It's a true honor. That's like almost like, that's some serious trust.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it scary? Because it's like they can flip up on you at the end of that 2 hours.
You can do something and they be like, nah, dog, this ain't hitting. You
Then
know what I'm saying? It really
look.
could. But but you got it. I accept that challenge. It's like you, I accept that challenge. So it's like, okay. So it's like, you know, like the ultimate trust. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy that. But for the most part, you know, some people be like, and then some people will come and they've had like some accidents go on. And they need some repairs.
Yeah, so we talked about that.
A lot of people
somebody done got in their head.
Yeah, so a lot of people feel embarrassed.
No, bless.
A lot of people feel embarrassed, like, yo, man, like, I ain't even trying to come out the crib.
No doubt.
Like, I don't want nobody to see this. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people
man,
like
they
that
know
too.
what you talking about. My people know what you,
So you get a lot of people like that. And for those people that are like that, like I tell you, like, that, where we are is a judge-free zone. Because we understand, like, people come from all walks of life. And, you know, you're there for a service. And that's really just to get your crown taken care of. Yeah. And that's really what it boiled down to. So, you know, for that, I definitely just encourage everybody to just not be afraid. If you do have repairs, just not be afraid of telling somebody or letting somebody know. Like, I feel like the quicker the better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The quicker the better. So, but we get, you know, I get it all, man.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot in my lifetime.
And
so
look,
I get it all.
You guys, if you haven't been somewhere where a loctician is at work, and you may be used to beauty salons or barber shops, you know what you get from your stylist. You know your stylist becomes your mentor, best friend, confidant, consigliere. Your barber is your pain reliever, your comedian, they are those guys. Right? Imagine what a loctician is.
That's right.
Like a person just draped in all culture, all energy, all love. that's the experience you're gonna get. We got some pictures. Okay, because I want to know what some of this stuff takes. What are we looking at? What am I looking at right now?
Oh, that's so those are I call them DNAs, man. The ropes.
Them the ropes.
Yeah, we call
Why
them
you call them
DNAs, man.
DNAs?
Because that's the DNA strand.
Okay,
It's
bless.
double-
Now I
the
can
double
see
he-
it.
The double helix.
So is that something that's popular?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's this?
It's called a halo.
That look like that take 12 hours to do.
Yeah, that's a halo. That's a lock halo.
What?
Sisters really been getting down with the halos, man. I like it because it's off of your neck, especially if you have long hair. For the sisters, it's a really nice style because it goes off your neck and is in one.
Let's leave it here real quick.
In one place. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't, and like it's kind of like a set, almost like a crown.
Yeah.
So it's set like a crown.
What does it take to do that? My man, pause for a second. Because that's what I see. Like, damn, she been sitting there.
No, it don't take that long. Well, for me, it doesn't take that long because I've been doing this for a very, very long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's definitely there's some skill involved in that.
Give us another one, D. That's dope. And thank you for this, brother. This is a treat,
Thank
man.
you.
My
Thank
engineer is amazing.
Thank you.
All right.
Lock curls. So lock curls basically are similar to like a regular curl. So you can use like flex rods or actual, your plastic curlers that you get in beauty supply.
Yeah.
And you just treat them the same way as you would like natural hair. Except you just do the same thing with locks, and you put them up under dryer, and that's your result.
What's the prep like? Do they got to wear a bonnet or something at night?
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
keep it up.
If you want to keep your curls, yeah.
I know a little something.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
I strongly encourage you to keep your bonnet.
Keep your bonnet.
Curls,
Keep
yeah,
them up.
with
That's
curls.
beautiful. How much would something like this cost?
I say, well, it depends on the length of the hair. Depends on the length of the hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for the longer the hair is. You know
All right. I like this one. I really like this one.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do everything we just showed.
Yeah.
And
these are mine.
Oh, these are yours.
All of those mine.
Shout out to Derek Smith, man. I didn't know that.
Thank you, D. Yeah, engineer on the job, man.
Engineer on the job. I didn't, because I would have gave you your props. That's
styles.
Bruh.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Now I'm really about to go
All right,
into
for
it.
sure.
Is this something similar to what we saw?
Yes, sir. So that's what's called a lock updo with curls. So basically, what you would do, or what I do, I start from the back and do like an updo style.
Yeah.
And then whatever's hanging, I curl.
Uh-huh.
And then you stick them up on the dryer for about an hour, and then that's the result.
Out of your complete, like, I don't want to call them client, customer, family.
Yeah.
Let's call them family. Your family body.
Mm-hmm.
How many are returning customers? Because you seem like a guy who booked the hell up.
Yeah, I am. A lot of them are returning. A lot of
Yeah,
them.
man,
a lot
bless
of my
y'all.
people a lot of my people are definitely returning. Like there's been some, like the last picture. That's one of my day ones, man. She been rocking with me forever. There's some people who's here I've been doing for
I hope to meet you one day. Bless her.
Yeah.
And you mentioned some names of people you've helped bring up in the game.
Yep.
All of you guys are more than welcome. Come on down. One of my whole reasons for bringing Bo in here is so that he can get this experience, I can get this experience, and I can share his craft with my people. He can share mine with his.
Right.
Yeah. What are you rocking?
What? Where? Oh,
The-
this mine.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
got plats. So these are just basically like with these half plats because these about to come out now. But usually when I do my hair, I just take like 5 or 6 of them and braid.
Yeah.
So me and my mother-in-law, like she'll help me and she do the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Now I got a question. Do you let people outside the mother-in-law?
Mm-hmm.
Do you let
I
people
haven't
in
had
your
anybody.
hair?
No, it's my mother-in-law.
See, that's what I was. Why? Because before
It's
I got
the
this.
energy.
It's the energy.
It's the energy is real. Energy is mad real. Like I always tell people, man, choose a loctician that has really, really good energy and somebody that you vibe with. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because that definitely makes your lock experience and your hair experience much better. Because you don't want to go to somebody that just their energy just off. Because I've had people up in my hair where their energy is just off, and they messing with your crown, so that innately rubs off on you.
Yeah.
So whatever they going through is definitely going to be put into your head. So you gonna get the
and it's locked.
So you gonna get the migraines, you gonna get the headaches.
Y'all better get a dang on loctician.
You're gonna get all of them things that she put or he put in your hair if the energy is right. It's to the point, like if I have a bad day or if I know my energy is off, I will cancel
I'm not
You
working.
dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I will tell my clients,
Yeah.
like, this is why I'm canceling, because I don't want to put this energy on your head. And they respect that.
Yeah.
They respect that. Because it's better for me to do that than for me to do the hair. And then you
Because they feel that.
and you got it. You know.
Yeah.
Like, man, what's up with bro? Why he this way?
But
What's
let me
wrong
ask
with
you,
him?
does that go the other way? You can, a stylist or like...
I can refuse service.
No, I know.
Don't get it twisted.
Said,
Don't get it twisted.
Listen, he meant that. He meant that as much as he meant anything else on the damn show. So please, approach him right.
If you tripping.
No, definitely. But what I was gonna say is the same way someone can lock bad energy, can you get bad energy from being in the heads of people with bad energy? Or how does that go? Is that a one-way street?
You know, it's interesting because I have dealt with some people who have dealt with some serious hardship, and at the same time, you know, they get their hair done or they're going through something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they got something really, really heavy on them, but they here in my chair and they getting their hair done. And for me, when I get that kind of energy, I think because I am giving, it doesn't really come back. I've never been in a situation to where, like, somebody's energy has rolled upon me and then I have to, like, decompress or, like, shake that off. You dig what I'm saying? I don't think I've ever ran into that situation. And if I have, then it might have been something to where, like, maybe I just kind of shake it off or something. But I've never had that type of situation where, like, I've had that energy, like, placed onto me. Because usually I'm giving.
Yes.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
yes. Bless.
I don't think it. I don't know if it works that way. But I've never had, like, anybody's negative energy impact me because I'm pouring into them. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't know if it kind of. I mean, I know energy kind of works in a circle.
Yes.
But I've never had that that negative impact. It's always been just me replenishing, you know, what I'm giving. So I've never had that.
Listen, let's get ahead of this thing. WJZZ Cool TV. Okay, we are here. Detroit fashion scene hosted by me, V. I'm blessed, I'm honored, I'm privileged to have Both Styles Detroit in the building. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe. And to what we just talked about, listen, y'all. When doubt set in, sometimes to break it, you got to say this. I'm the best of all creation. I'm something sacred. I'm God's gifted. Made of moments you got to witness, think it, speak it, build it, teach it, live it, then defend it.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
That's what this whole thing is about. Think it, speak it, build it, teach it, live it, then defend it. Once you master your craft, the job is not over.
That's right.
Because now you take the role of a Jedi, sir. And it's your time, it's your purpose, it's your obligation, it's your charge, it's your responsibility, whatever word translates to you, to pass on that information. As your parents did to you.
That's right.
Their mentors did to them, you did to the people you are currently helping.
That's right.
And hip-hop did to all of us.
That's right.
I understand that you were inspired to get locks.
Yeah.
What inspired you to get locks? Oh, you thought I wasn't going to answer?
So I got inspired. Yo. So I got inspired.
He about to touch y'all's soul, okay?
Man, and I know some of y'all listening probably too young to y'all don't even know about this movie, man.
80s babies, where you at?
80s babies, where you at, man? Somebody call on this one. So 1994, I'm in my uncle's room. I'm watching Class Act with Kid and Play. Kid went upstairs, man.
No, he didn't.
Kid went upstairs, go get his hair done, man. He came out. This boy had on I remember like yesterday. Boy had on it was like a burgundy suit or a red suit.
We talking about Eraserhead, right?
Eraserhead.
We talking about Eraserhead. Went
That's
upstairs.
Right. Kid. So Kid came through, man, and he had the curls, man, and what I thought looked to be like locks. So I didn't know it was just like at that time. I know they were just comb coils. I had no idea they were just coils.
Locks to me.
But boy, when I saw them, I said,
"Woo!
That's what I want."
Clean, but he
was crazy. I had came from a high top fade. I had a high top fade when I was watching that.
Yeah.
So I had the high top fade. And actually, I had a blonde patch like Kwame.
I'm sorry. That was an organic laugh. I'm sorry.
So I had the blonde patch like Kwame. Man, I saw that, man. I said, "Yep, that's how I want my hair." So the next day, man, I go downstairs. I'm like, "Mom, man, that's what I want." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." So, and Another thing is like my lock process, like my lock journey was way, way different.
Let's talk about it.
So because I had a high top fade, I started the high top fade, and my mother, she did the bricklayer technique like you would braids.
Okay.
And so what she did is she rubber band each part, like I had rubber bands on each lock, and so they just stick up like this.
Like
so I had BDBs like.
Oh no.
I look like ODB. Like for real, like you know how ODB would have.
So I was right to use that clip.
Yes.
Shimmy.
So I look like ODB, but you gotta understand, man. I'm looking like ODB, and like this is like the 5th, 6th grade.
No one understood.
Oh my God, not even the principal.
No one got it. You was one of them kids. They about to say, "Cut your hair."
And I'm on the west side. So I'm in Winship. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Winship on the west side.
So no one looks.
Bro, I'm the only one of my kind.
Wow.
In this school. And not at that point, they only go up to 7th grade. So like, it was tragic, bro. And I'm telling you, middle school is not nice.
It was rough.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah, they called me Dorito, Beetlejuice,
I'm trying to tell you.
Video. I still don't know what that means. Yeah.
So
Cheeto.
you already know. So you know the deal. So yeah, but that was my lock journey. So wow. I ended up, like I said, but that's what definitely made me get locks was Kid and Play. Was Class Act.
It's funny because I always liked the way it was shaved, or like it was no hair back there. My Uncle Rock, man, every time I would cut his hair, he'd go get his hair, he'd say, no hair behind my ears.
Yeah.
So I never like hair behind my ears, like ever. Even when I wear my locks, I wear them up, because that's like, I look like a shaggy dog if I don't wear them up. For sure. You know what I mean? But that influenced me. That's why today I wear the shave look around my head, because I thought that was the cleanest stuff. As far as putting on for locks right now, putting on for the culture, putting on for just making us look, who's doing it right now for you?
Well, all the sisters in my team really encourage me, and that's really who I've been paying attention to mostly. Like all the sisters that's in my salon, because they're like really, really blossoming, really, really like like just going all out, man. And they really kind of inspire me, and they really help me. Like they fuel my charge to make locks fun again. Or make doing hair fun.
Bless y'all. Whoever y'all
like,
are, y'all are amazing.
Yeah, like they really put me on, man. Like they really help me out. So I almost feel like we feed off of each other. And so it kind of helps us kind of be the best people that we can be as far as providing like excellent service. So that's pretty much who I've been paying attention to, man. Like just Miss Sherelle, Miss Yvette the Hair Hippie, Ethereal Locks, Miss J, Mama Pam. So like all the sisters that's in there, man, like really, really kind of inspire me to do better.
They asked me to ask you, how can they get books? Because I guess they heard me say
sisters,
you a busy man.
All the sisters, you can hit me. I'm old school, so you can hit me up. I got my phone numbers on my website, on Instagram, and on Facebook. But the other sisters, they actually have booking links.
Yes.
Each so Miss Yvette the Hair Hippie, she has her booking link
on
her website. Yeah. So Miss Yvette the Hair Hippie, she has her own booking link. Miss Ethereal Locks, she has her own booking link. Miss JQ, she has her own booking link. And those are the way you can get in contact with them.
I love these names, and I'd be remiss if I didn't.
Oh, they gonna come on.
Bring them on. No, but I mean, if I didn't ask, Bo Styles Detroit. Yeah. Cause y'all, I did not know Bo before. Yeah. You know, I reached out to Bo, and one of the you know, I pick shows, I pick talent, I put talent in places every day. You know what I mean? But when you're picking it for yourself, when you're doing it for your own show, you look at everything, and I look at everything, and I'm like, this dude, he does it. It's not a day to pass. He don't have some activity and these styles is real. Right. How? But I saw the name. Yeah. The name was the first thing, and then the yellow. I like that goldish yellow look. For sure. But I saw the name, and I'm like, Bo Styles Detroit. Where did the name come from?
And the name derived from what I had aspired to be.
Yes.
And so like Bo was short for my name, short Bomani. And the styles is what I had really wanted to I wanted that to be my centerpiece for my work. And so I kind of just put the two together, and it was kind of almost like a reaffirmation for myself to say like, okay, this is what I want to do. Yeah. This is what I want to focus on. You know what I'm saying? Like just being one of the best stylists in the city. And that's why I put Detroit at the end. So
there we go.
So like you know where I come from.
That's it.
And also I feel like we don't we do a good job of repping the D, but we could do a little bit better.
I told people we need some louder people.
Like we need, like I feel like we really need to like rep that.
Yes.
Like that really needs, like it really needs to be known. Like, you know, this is where I come from.
Yes.
So I really wanted, and I wanted to put Detroit up on the map, like to let people know, like, yo, like Chicago is cool, DC is cool for locks, Houston is cool for locks, but Detroit, we got it going on too.
Yes.
You know what I'm
yes,
saying? Like
we do.
Like we got it
Detroit.
going on too. So you
Yes.
should pay attention to us. Like
Yes.
for real.
I'm stoked right now.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and I'm remembering one of my great mentors, Wayusi Soul, a great name, everybody. I suggest you go look him up. He was a true African pioneer for this city. But he schooled me to the Rastafari.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a mentor
Mm-hmm.
who I believe she has lineage with the Rastafari. So tell me about the way that culture is one we need to really understand, because they
Yes.
spearheaded,
Yes.
you know what I mean,
Yes, they
bringing
did.
this
Yes, they did.
to the forefront.
Well, I feel like one of the things like that you can really learn, even if you don't agree with that culture, one of the things that you can really learn from that culture is freedom.
Yes.
Freedom.
Yes.
Freedom and liberation.
It's born in it.
It's born in
It's born in
freedom
it.
and liberation. Those two things you can definitely gain from that culture alone is freedom and liberation. And you know, what's not more liberating than natural? Being natural or having natural
I
hair.
love that, bro.
You dig what I'm saying? Like
I
what's
love
not
it.
what's more liberating than that?
Yes.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is natural as it get.
Yes.
That's it. So it's like that in itself is an educational tool and something to pay attention to. Another thing I would like to I pay attention to strongly, because I pay attention to different religions and cultures,
Yes.
is the brotherhood. I feel like locks and natural hair almost present a brotherhood.
It does.
Because
it does.
I don't care where
It
you
does.
are. You can be in Spain. You can be in Hawaii.
Yes.
You can be in Guam.
Yes.
But
He's
if you
telling the
see-
truth, y'all.
But if you see another person with locks, or you see another brother or
Yes.
sister with locks, you're going to say something
Yes.
to that person.
Yes.
Or that person is going to say something
Yes.
to you.
It happens to me all
Just
the
to
time.
acknowledge the fact
Yes.
that, look, we know
we,
what's up.
We here, and look, and I'm telling you, y'all. I'm telling you, it's like when you talk about the unsaid fraternity, sorority, family, however you want to put it. That's what it is.
Yes.
Because they know what it's like. And this is, you know, I'll say locks, but I'll say natural hair.
Natural hair.
Anybody with natural hair, whether it be my queens with the short hair, which I love, by the way, you know what I mean? Whether it be my kings with the fros or whatever, the natural hair, the plaits, this. When you see them, I know what it takes.
That's right.
I know that you have a choice every morning.
You do. It's almost like an innate.
Yeah.
It's almost like an innate fellowship.
Yes.
That you have with that person, and they feel it. It's always like an energy that you both
Yes.
have. You know what I'm saying? And that you both share based on what you guys have. And I like that. Like
Yes.
that's something that's honestly what kept me in my lock journey, is the fact that I was able to hang around with older people. You talking about people that was 10, 20 years older than me, that had locks, that told me about, you know, what it was to have them, and to understand like the symbolism, and to understand like, you know, it gets better with longevity.
Yes.
It gets better with time. And everything that they said to me, like even as I'm thinking about it right now, as I'm talking, like everything that has said to me 10, 20 years ago still resonates.
Yes.
And it's still unfolding.
It's a living word,
And
man.
it is.
It is.
It
And,
is.
and look, y'all, I like to do a little product placement here on this show. He will be leaving today with the Detroit Fashion Scene show.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank
I usually have them held up, but I had crinkled the plastic. I'm a hustler, y'all. I be moving.
I also brought some gifts too.
Now hold
I got
on.
some
If
gifts,
it,
too.
I'm gonna close my eyes. I hope it's what I
I
think.
got some gifts too, brother. Got some gifts too.
I knew it. I knew it. I posted that on the thing, and listen, I was about to talk about. Y'all see me, man. I'm learning. I was about to set that up, and he got ahead of that thing. But product placement is everything, y'all. I don't care how good you think you are. Make sure you put your product right here for people to see. Put your voice. If your voice is your product, if your likeness is, put it out there every day. Okay? But I was going to ask this man about this product because we talked a lot about the hair, okay?
Right.
But how you treat it, the care you give it, what you put into it means something. We got about 2 minutes left. Please, man, take about a minute to tell us about the hair, then tell us about this product, and then give us some information on how to get it.
So real quick, you know, with natural hair, what I tell people is really, really simple. I go by the lock method, and what the lock method is liquid, oil, cream. It's actually an acronym. So LOC, liquid, oil, cream. So water, oil, and the cream. Cream could be, let's say, like a moisturizer or a thick moisturizer, something like that. But that's a really good method to maintain healthy hair, healthy natural hair. So as long as you're doing that, you're watering it. It's almost like treat it like a plant.
Yes.
It's the same thing. Hair is similar to plants. You know, you just treat them. You add the water. You know, you give them a little sunshine, and they good. You put them in a good environment, they straight. So
Both Styles Detroit, y'all. Yeah. Both Styles Detroit. Y'all make sure y'all get this. Shout out to this brother. Can you give us where to find you, where to follow you, where to support you?
Yeah. So you can follow me on IG, lock specialist _Bo. You can also follow me on Facebook. It's Both Styles Detroit. You can pull up. I'm at 21st Century Salon on 7 Mile, Illinois. We right next door to Cuzzo's. We're on the Avenue of Fashion. And it's myself as well as 3 or 4 other locticians in there, so you definitely get serviced.
Yes.
If not by myself, then by the other sisters that's in there. We definitely look out for you. We also have a barber in there, brother. We have 2 barbers in there actually. So we doing the thing.
Let's get it. Let me hear some of that music, D. Let me hear some of that music. We gonna take us out. Both Styles Detroit, y'all. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you, brother. You blessed my life. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Y'all go get some of this product. Both Styles Detroit. You heard them here on Detroit Fashion Scene, WJZZ Cool TV. Streaming live on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. It's me, V. Okay? Like, share, follow, subscribe. But more than that, introduce yourself. I want to know you. Let's get it. Hey. I'm going to do something with it, B. I'm going to do something with it. L Dub. Shout out to L Dub. We got us together. Hey. We got this. Hey, man, I love that. That feels good. See, that's D2. That picture, that's D2. That's D.